Have you ever scrolled through your contacts and realized that out of hundreds of names, only a few truly know you? We live in a world that celebrates connection, likes, messages, and constant notifications. Yet somehow, genuine closeness keeps fading further away. Everyone's talking, but fewer people are actually listening. Our days are filled with noise, but the silence inside feels louder than ever. Some people start noticing that emptiness early on and quietly decide to take a different path. They stop chasing company for the sake of it and begin protecting their peace like it's something sacred. They might have one or two close friends, or maybe none at all, not because they dislike others, but because they've learned how draining it is to pretend. They don't hate people, they just breathe easier when the world slows down and the room finally goes quiet. To outsiders, that calm looks like distance, but to them, it feels like clarity, a return to something honest, simple, and real. They live in a softer world, one built on chosen solitude, not forced loneliness. Introverts understand this better than anyone. For them, social energy works like a battery that runs out fast in crowded places and recharges in stillness. They find comfort in quiet moments, a long walk with no destination, a cup of coffee with their own thoughts, a night spent reading instead of talking. They don't crave attention, they crave understanding. They'd rather share silence with someone who truly sees them than spend hours surrounded by people who don't. For them, silence isn't awkward, it's a connection without noise. Some people simply have higher standards for who they let in. They don't trust easily, not because they're cold, but because they know how fragile trust becomes once it's broken. When they finally open up, it's sincere, deep, and all in. And when that trust is betrayed, the door doesn't just close, it locks, and the key disappears. They'd rather have one relationship built slowly and truthfully than many that crumble at the first sign of discomfort. That makes their world smaller, but much more genuine. Then there are others who didn't really choose solitude, solitude chose them. Life pushed them there through pain, through rejection, through experiences that taught them distance often hurts less than disappointment. Maybe they were laughed at, misunderstood, or left behind one too many times. Now, every new connection feels like a risk. Every conversation feels like walking on glass. They want to belong but fear the cost of getting too close. So they speak less, think more, and build invisible walls that even kindness struggles to cross. They stay quiet not because they don't care, but because caring too much has already cost them enough. Yet within that quiet, something surprising happens: growth. Solitude becomes the soil where self-awareness starts to bloom. Fewer friends often mean deeper bonds, because there's no energy wasted on pretending or competing. No small talk, no social performances, no emotional exhaustion, just real connection with the few who stay. In that stillness, they find focus. They start hearing their own thoughts again. They rediscover the sound of their own voice, the one that was drowned out by the crowd for so long. They think, they create, they rebuild. They find that mysterious flow, the state where time disappears and the mind feels fully alive. Their alone time stops feeling empty and starts feeling like an investment. And somewhere in that process, they find emotional independence. They stop needing constant validation to feel worthy. They stop chasing attention to feel alive. They begin choosing authenticity over approval and their peace over popularity. That kind of freedom is quiet, but it's powerful. Still, solitude has its edge if left unchecked. It can turn into isolation. When life breaks down, when grief hits, or uncertainty takes over, a small circle can suddenly feel too small. Even the most introspective hearts need someone to lean on, someone who listens back. And the world doesn't always understand people like them. Quiet often gets mistaken for arrogance. Solitude gets labeled as sadness. Selectivity gets judged as pride. But most of the time, they're not rejecting the world, they're just protecting the peace they fought hard to find. And peace, once found, deserves to be guarded carefully. Sometimes, it's as simple as being honest about what you need. Saying, "I care about you, but I also need time for myself," isn't cold, it's clarity. That kind of honesty builds respect, not distance. Because balance is everything. You don't have to choose between chaos and loneliness. You can love being alone and still open your heart when it feels right. You can crave quiet but still enjoy company in small, meaningful doses. Start small, smile more often, talk when it feels natural. Join a space that feels genuine instead of loud. You might discover there are others like you, quiet souls, deep thinkers, people who feel too much but say too little. They're out there, waiting for something real. Having few friends isn't a flaw. It's a reflection of your values and your journey. It says you'd rather be alone than surrounded by people who don't understand you. What matters isn't how many stand around you when things are easy, it's who stays when the noise fades. If solitude brings you peace, hold on to it without guilt. If it starts to bring you pain, reach out before the silence grows too heavy. Because strength isn't about never needing anyone, it's about knowing when to let someone in. Life isn't about being seen by many, but understood by a few. It's not about being surrounded all the time, but about being safe when you are. Because in the end, we're all just searching for the same thing, a connection that feels honest, rare, and kind. Quality over quantity, always. A small, genuine circle will always mean more than a crowd that never truly saw you. So ask yourself, do you have few friends because you chose peace, or because life taught you caution? Either way, remember this: you're not strange for wanting quiet. You're not broken for needing space. And you're not alone in feeling alone. Somewhere out there, someone carries the same softness you do, they just don't talk about it yet. Maybe one day, your quiet will meet theirs, and both of you will finally feel understood.